Hey folks, let's talk a little bit about the ALAC or Apple Lossless file format. This is the file format that Apple Music is now using for their lossless streaming as well as their high-res streaming. And how does it compare to something like FLAC or even uncompressed lossless files like AIFF or WAV? First of all, is ALAC or Apple Lossless a bad format or anything? No, it's not. It's equivalent to FLAC, so it is completely lossless. And is just like FLAC in that it is a compressed lossless file. So it's just Apple's version of lossless, basically, is what it comes down to. It's perfectly good format for streaming, and even for storing or ripping your CD files, or even like purchasing downloads, ALAC is perfectly fine. It's basically just like FLAC. Now, in terms of comparing it to an uncompressed file format, there are some differences there depending on your playback. You know, some systems may play an uncompressed file format like WAV or AIFF a little bit better than Apple Lossless, but for the most part it's going to be identical. You're not going to hear much difference. Basically, on modern day computers and on modern day streamers and things like that, you're not really going to hear much difference between a compressed lossless file and an uncompressed lossless file. All the data is still there, all the bit rate is still there. The only difference is the system has to uncompress the compressed lossless file in real time while it's playing. But ALAC is perfectly fine format, and especially if you're on Mac, it's better than FLAC because it supports all the meta tags like the titles and even artwork and things like that, whereas FLAC is not natively supported on Macs or on any Apple devices like iPods, iPads, or iPhones. ALAC is a much better file format to use on Macs or on Apple devices just because it just works well. You know, the Apple Music app can play those files no problem, and you get all the, you know, tags and artwork and metadata and all that kind of stuff. So you know, you can't play FLAC files natively on the Mac without using some kind of external app or something like that. Now, if you're talking about streaming, ALAC streaming with Apple Music is equivalent to FLAC streaming through something like Qobuz or other music services that stream FLAC. So you're not going to hear any quality difference there. Lossless is going to be lossless whether it's streaming ALAC or FLAC. So yeah, it's a perfectly fine format for streaming for sure. And again, it is completely lossless. ALAC is a completely lossless file format, just as FLAC is. But yeah, Apple Lossless as well as FLAC files take up about half the disk space that an uncompressed file like AIFF or WAV take, yet the quality is technically equivalent. So definitely a good file format for sure. And yeah, just wanted to do this short video on ALAC or Apple Lossless now that Apple Music has gone to lossless and also high res. So yeah, questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.